I love getting mail from other countries, and this is something that I found on eBay recently. It was a seller in the country of Moldova. You read the return address right there, the Republic of Moldova. And this particular seller decided that he could make a little bit of money by selling pocket change to someone in America. And being that Moldova is apparently one of the poorer countries in Europe, that is made it worth this individual's time, I suppose. And so here we are. Now, the contents of this package, I paid $3 in total. More than half of that was in shipping. And another reason that I like getting a package like this is to see the stamps of where it comes from, because this, of course, was not shipped to me from someone in America, so it's going to have some Moldova stamps on it. So let's take a moment here and look at some of the stamps on this package. We're going to start with an eagle. Moldova borders Romania and Ukraine, and they have a similar currency as Romania with the lei, or plural of that is leu, and you have 100 bani, which is going to be the B in this stamp, make up 100 of those, make one lei. There's our canceling stamp. So it took, I'm filming this on September 13th, I think is today. And so to get here from August, since, it took about 3 weeks to get here, which is pretty good for an international package, I suppose. And that almost looks like the Arch de Triomphe, but it's certainly something that is in Moldova and not another country. The Ralph Vogel is the name on that one. See, we've got what an American would call soccer, but the rest of the world would call football. On that 0.4 lei coin. Another canceling stamp, and they have even a 190th Biblioteca Națională, which I'm guessing that is library. So 190th anniversary of that. The crest of Moldova is in the 0 right there. So I guess that, I don't know if that was part of this envelope, or I guess it was part of the envelope, because it has a that represented actually on the envelope here. So they could have just bought some boring stamps, but they decided to put some interesting stamps on here as well. I'll give them quite a good bonus for that. Again, we have some football stamps from celebrating 1996. So that's interesting. This must have been some nearby European league. And just looking at the whatever group they were in, Group 7, so it's these countries. I'm not familiar with Tara Galilor. So if you know what that is, please let me know in the comments. But enough of the envelope. Let's try and cut this open without hurting the envelope. And so I've got a letter slicer here I'm going to try and use to get that open. One thing I will note is I've seen a lot of sellers recently. I mentioned this was neighboring Ukraine, which of course has been in the news all year. And there have been a lot of Ukrainian listings that are very similar to this one I've seen on eBay, where it's just them selling pocket change on eBay to make a little bit of money. And perhaps there's some people that figure that buying some Ukrainian coins are helping out the cause somehow, or I'm not sure what would be going on with that, but that might help, or someone like me who's legit interested in collecting these. I think that's an interesting way on their part to make a little bit of money, and hopefully it is helping whoever it goes to. I am having trouble pulling this out of the envelope, so let me pause it. So I got it out of the envelope, and it is packaged in some more cardboard. I made it through the next layer and found that this seller has gone to great effort to make sure that these coins are secured. I'm going to go ahead and open all these up so we can get a really good look at what's in here. I have these coins open, and I will say that that was a fantastic packing job. If you wanted to get loose coins secure, I've only had a couple of sellers ever do that, usually because I buy in bulk. I don't buy smaller quantities of coins like this, but that was fantastic. So we've got this open, and we're going to look at the first Moldovan coin here. This is a one bani made in, or one ban, that's the singular here, from 1996. It's quite a small aluminum coin. This is smaller than a US dime. Take a look at it here. These were, all of these coins were first produced in the early to mid 90s and are still produced today. Maybe not this one because they haven't made any since 2017. Maybe it's small enough now that they can discontinue it, but flip it over and we have the Moldovan crest on here. And just interesting looking at that. Well, maybe we'll take a look at that a little bit closer on one of these slightly larger coins. Next up, we have two of the 5 bani coins. So I'm only going to show you one of them. And this was just last year, and you can tell that it's already quite well circulated. Still has a little bit of shine, quite scratched up. Like I said, he probably just made this eBay listing out of pocket change, but a similar design to the last one. And on the back, we have the same crest. Then I also have 2 of the 10s. So let's take a look at this one. 2008. We've got the mint mark there. I don't know if that is a specific city or just represents Moldova in general, but 2008 on the 10 bani coin. The 10 is not all that much bigger than the 5, but let's take a look here at the crest. We have a larger eagle, has spread its wings apart, has a shield on top of it, and its beak. He is holding a cross. I suppose that is Christian symbolism. In his, I guess that would be his left claw. My right, he's holding a sword. The other side, it looks like some kind of leaves or grain. Then on top of that is a crest or a shield with maybe that's a bull of some sort. Has a couple of horns there, some flowers surrounding it. So interesting crest there. So this lot came with 5 Moldovan coins, but wait, there's more. There's another 5 coins on the screen. There is a country inside of Moldova that you may or may not have heard of. It's most commonly referred to as Transnistria. I had a video about some of their coins 2 or 3 years ago, where they have made some of their coins, their rubles, out of plastic, and not just any plastic. It's pretty heavy duty plastic. They're colorful, different shapes, have great pictures on them. If I remember, I'll link it here at the end. But so it's not an officially recognized country by most of the world, but they're trying what they can to be a legit country by producing their own coins. And I think they, of course, have a disagreement with the Moldovan government. I'm not an expert on this, but they're not to the point of warring with each other right now. So they're doing what they can to be a legitimate country. Another name of the country is Pridnestrovia, or they'll call themselves PMR, the Pridnestrovian Moldovan Republic. And so let's take a look at their coins. I got 3 of their 5 pieces on here, and these are have kept their shine pretty good to them. So I'll just pick up one of them. Just like Russia, they're going to use the kopeck. So we've got a 5 kopeck, 2, I guess, pieces of grain on either side of it. Flip it over, and we have the PMR crest on this side. So we do have a hammer and sickle in it that reminds you of the Soviet Union and a star above that. They do use Cyrillic, so that does create some alphabet which is difficult to recognize going around it, but it's a little bit easier to see the PMR. They're right above my finger. They're kind of close to the bottom here. See how close I can get in on that. And of course that's in Cyrillic, so their R doesn't look like our letter R. I guess the P and the M are similar enough, and I can't see what's written on the sides here. That's something else that does remind me of, that reminds me of Bulgarian coins. They have a couple of dates on their shield like this. Of course, they have a, looks like a sunrise in the background of that design. So that is the 5 kopeck. We also have a 10 kopeck. Similar design in most ways, just a little bit of a larger coin here. And then we also have a 50. And like I said earlier, just like Russia, it's 100 kopeck to a ruble. This one is, instead of aluminum, is made out of brass, and so it does have a different look to it. But is also from the year 2000. Best I could tell, Transnistria went through a currency revaluation not too long ago, which would have, I guess, rendered these coins out of date, not used anymore. And this happened just within the last 3 or 4 years, I think, where 100 old kopecks is now worth 1 new kopeck, or you could say 1 old ruble is worth 1 kopeck today. So essentially, that would make these have no value in our hardly any exchange value. But of course, they are still very interesting, and so I'm glad to have picked these up. I did have the plastic rubles that were made a dozen years ago, but I didn't have any of their circulating coins. All right, I hope you found this interesting. It's not too often that I find good deals like this coming from other countries, but as I've said, I've seen several Ukrainian sellers selling similar Ukrainian coins like this right now. So that might be something that you would find interesting on eBay, and you can pick that up. All right, also at the end here, I'm going to link to the my foreign coin playlist. I tend to look for essentially pocket change, more from all kinds of different countries all over the world, and I buy grab bags and go through 25-cent bins at coin shows and coin dealers. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.